There are natural wonders that exist like secrets, hidden from the eyes of most of humanity. They lie in deep forests, vast deserts, or beneath the ocean, separated from everyday life. Each place is an unopened book, marking the creative power of Earth and the limits of humankind. And now, let us explore the true wonders that most of us will never see with our own eyes. El Peñón de Guatapé in Colombia is a massive monolithic rock about 650 feet tall, standing out dramatically from the surrounding landscape. The rock formed more than 70 million years ago from granite quartz and feldspar, creating a rare geological structure. Its surface contains large natural cracks, giving it a unique appearance, easily recognizable from great distances. Geological studies show the rock was created from ancient magma crystallization, proving Earth's long tectonic history. From the top of the rock, you can see a 360-degree panoramic view of the surrounding mountains and lakes. Its enormous size and isolation make it one of the largest freestanding monoliths in South America. Dead Tree in the Dead Sea region between Israel and Jordan is famous worldwide for the surreal sight of a dry tree standing on white salt. The Dead Sea has salinity almost 10 times greater than normal oceans, creating an environment so extreme that plants cannot survive naturally. A withered tree placed on crystallized salt became a powerful symbol showing the contrast between life and destruction. Salt crystals, clinging to the trunk, shine under sunlight, making the scene appear bright and strangely magical. The tree's lonely position in the middle of dark blue waters makes it resemble a striking natural sculpture. Aletsch Glacier is the largest glacier in the Alps, stretching over 14 miles with an average thickness of 3,000 feet, formed since the last ice age. Its surface shows black and white stripes, made from pure ice mixed with crushed rock dust carried down from the mountains. Massive crevasses, dozens of feet wide, and deep blue ice holes create a landscape both majestic and dangerous to anyone approaching. This ice mass holds more than 11 billion tons, enough to provide fresh water for millions of people living along the Rhine Basin. It has retreated more than 2 miles in just 1 century, becoming clear evidence of climate change. Ancient air bubbles trapped inside the ice act like records, storing the climate history of thousands of years for global science. Niagara Falls is known as one of the most powerful waterfalls on Earth, with its roaring sound heard miles around. Every second, about 85,000 gallons of water plunge down, forming a massive wall of water falling from 167 feet high. It was created after the Ice Age, when the river cut through limestone and shale, carving a giant natural fracture. Constant erosion makes the edge retreat about 1 foot each year, showing unstoppable geological power. In winter, frozen spray covers the landscape in white, turning the falls into a colossal block of ice. At night, colored lights shine on the rushing flow, turning the waterfall into a rare glowing performance. The Dolomites in Italy are a limestone mountain range formed from ancient sea sediments, uplifted and carved through millions of years of geology. The peaks rise over 1,000 feet into the sky, creating vertical cliffs that challenge both scientists and climbers. A strange color shift turns the rocks from silver gray to bright orange red at sunset, producing a rare visual effect on Earth. Ancient glaciers slid across the region, carving deep valleys and leaving giant basins and flat plateaus as marks of time. Inside the rock layers are fossils of sea creatures, proving this land was once under a shallow ocean millions of years ago. In 2009, the Dolomites were declared a UNESCO World Heritage for their geological, scenic, and natural history value. Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland holds 4,000 hexagonal basalt columns locked together, forming a natural staircase stretching directly into the sea. These columns were formed 50 to 60 million years ago when lava cooled quickly on contact with water, fracturing evenly into geometric shapes. Some rise 35 feet high, standing like giant stone walls, earning this site recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage. The surface shifts colors with light, from dark gray at sunrise to glowing orange at sunset. Scientists regard it as the finest global example of lava shrinkage, creating perfectly shaped stone columns. Celtic legends claim giants built these stones, giving the landscape an eternal sense of myth and power. Banff National Park was founded in 1885 as Canada's first national park, rising with ancient sedimentary rock once buried beneath an inland sea. Its turquoise lakes are created by glacier minerals, scattering sunlight, turning the water into one of Earth's rarest natural colors. Glaciers tens of thousands of years old hold climate history, while meltwater crashes down cliffs, forming waterfalls hundreds of feet high. Wildlife includes grizzly bears, wolves, moose, and mountain goats, all surviving together in a closed mountain ecosystem. Harsh alpine winters last up to 7 months, forcing plants to adapt by growing fast during the short summer. Banff is one of the few places where the northern lights burn across the night sky, adding a layer of mystery to the land. Milford Sound stands out with granite cliffs, thousands of feet high, massive stone walls shaped over millions of years. Rain falls more than 200 days each year, turning the place into a land of waterfalls, sometimes with hundreds appearing at once. Heavy rain creates a freshwater layer above the salt water, blocking sunlight and letting black corals grow near the surface. National Geographic once recognized this fjord as one of the world's top natural wonders for its rare mix of geology and ecology. The ecosystem here is home to dolphins, seals, and whales, often seen moving through the deep waters. Mist and rain wrap the whole scene, making it harsh and mysterious, a raw display of Earth's untamed power. Banjok Falls is the largest transboundary waterfall in Asia, where the river unites two nations into one massive natural spectacle. The waterfall is about 100 feet high and over 1,000 feet wide in the rainy season, forming a colossal wall of water. Limestone terraces divide the flow into many branches, with green vegetation clinging to rocks, creating an unusual multi-layered scene. When sunlight strikes, rising mist often forms rare double rainbows, turning the area into a powerful visual phenomenon. It ranks among the 4 largest transboundary waterfalls in the world and has been featured in many international documentaries. Raja Ampat is called the Amazon of the ocean for for having the highest marine biodiversity in the world. The area holds more than 600 coral species, about 75% of global reefs, more than anywhere else on Earth. Many marine species here had never been recorded before, making it a hotspot for international scientific surveys. The clear water allows underwater visibility of over 100 feet, ideal for diving and marine research. Its ecosystem is shaped by strange-looking limestone islands formed millions of years ago through tectonic uplift and erosion. Raja Ampat is both a biological treasure and one of the top diving destinations for scientists and nature photographers. Huacachina is called the Latin American oasis because of its rarity and beauty, often compared to legendary oases in ancient stories. At its center lies a turquoise lake surrounded by palm trees and vegetation, contrasting with the golden sand dunes around it. It is one of the few natural oases left in South America, standing like a green jewel in the middle of a vast desert. The dunes reach heights of more than 300 feet, including some of the largest sand hills in Peru, shaped by strong desert winds over millennia. In the 1940s, The image of Huacachina appeared on Peruvian currency as a symbol of national beauty and pride. Today, it is seen as a unique travel destination where rare natural scenery is combined with enduring cultural value. Skeleton Coast in Namibia is one of the harshest coastlines in the world, where the Namib Desert meets directly with the stormy Atlantic Ocean. Thick fog all year combined with strong currents has stranded thousands of ships, making it the largest ship graveyard on the planet. The strange contrast of giant golden sand dunes and violent crashing waves makes it one of the world's most unusual coastlines. Its ecosystem includes desert lions, desert elephants, and the plant Welwitschia mirabilis, which can live over 1,000 years by absorbing fog. Skeleton Coast is both a surreal natural wonder and clear proof of the violent and mysterious power of wild nature. The meeting of waters in Brazil is where two giant rivers meet, but do not mix immediately, creating a clear boundary of brown and black water. The two currents run side by side for more than 3 miles, one carrying muddy, warm brown water, and the other cool, dark, clear water. The boundary between the colors can last for hours before strong currents eventually mix them together. This strange phenomenon forms a natural line, stretching for miles, clearly visible from above. The meeting of two different ecosystems creates a rich biodiversity, attracting scientists from around the world. This unusual landscape is not only rare on Earth, but also a vivid example of nature's power. Angel Falls in Venezuela is the tallest waterfall in the world, with a total height of more than 3,200 feet, including a continuous drop of about 2,048 feet. The water plunges from the top of a giant sandstone mountain, hundreds of millions of years old, falling straight down without interruption. From this great height, much of the water evaporates or turns into white mist before reaching the ground. In the rainy season, the waterfall forms a massive curtain covering the cliff, while in the dry season, the flow becomes thin. The waterfall was recorded by American pilot Jimmy Angel in 1933 and later named after him. The majestic scenery of Angel Falls has become a world-famous natural symbol and a source of artistic inspiration. Serengeti in Tanzania covers over 12,000 square miles, as large as a medium country, and is one of the greatest wild plains on Earth. Each year, more than 1.5 million wildebeest, about 3,000 zebras, and hundreds of thousands of antelopes take part in the seasonal migration. This grassland has a geological history of millions of years and was once home to extinct species, leaving rare fossils for research. On the endless flat plains, giant granite outcrops rise up, forming unusual scenery like stone islands in a sea of grass. The migration together with these rocky features and vast grassland creates a truly unique ecosystem. Serengeti has become a natural symbol of Africa and one of the world's globally recognized wonders. Tongariro National Park was established in 1887 as the country's first national park and is a UNESCO Dual World Heritage Site. The park spans more than 300 square miles, formed by volcanic activity still ongoing, leaving giant craters and ancient lava flows. Its highlights include volcanic lakes with vivid emerald and blue colors created by dissolved minerals in the water. The scenery combines snowy peaks, barren lava fields, and lush vegetation along the mountain slopes. The climate is harsh, with sudden weather shifts, creating challenging and unpredictable conditions. This combination produces a surreal atmosphere, making Tongariro one of the most impressive national parks in the world. The cliffs of Moher are sea cliffs over 700 feet high, equal to a 60-story building, standing on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. The rock layers are over 300 million years old, made of sandstone, shale, and mud from the Carboniferous period, stacked into large sheets. Waves and wind have eroded the coast, shaping near vertical faces and exposing bands like pages of a book along the shore. More than 2,000 seabirds live and nest in steep cracks, with many nests nearly 600 feet above the water. The sediment sequence records ancient ocean environments, providing natural evidence valuable for geological research. With its height-clear layering and dense bird colonies, this site is seen as a signature natural landmark of Ireland's Atlantic coast. Yosemite National Park in the United States is known for granite over 100 million years old, formed underground and revealed after erosion and uplift. Some cliffs rise above 3,000 feet, standing like giant stone walls and attracting the world's most skilled climbers. The park is famous for seasonal waterfalls, many thousands of feet high, most powerful during spring snowmelt. About 75% of Yosemite is old-growth forest with ancient trees, thousands of years old, and a diverse ecosystem. The landscape reflects Earth's long geological history and was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984. Lofoten Islands sit near the Arctic Circle, yet stay mild because of the Gulf Stream, showing a strange contrast between location and climate. Granite peaks rise straight from the sea, with bizarre tooth-shaped formations carved by ancient glaciers. Winter skies burn with green and purple auroras, while summer brings weeks of midnight sun without darkness. The surrounding waters host the largest spawning ground of Atlantic cod, feeding centuries of fishing and drying traditions. Geology studies show most mountains here are granite over 3 billion years old, among the planet's oldest rocks. Winter nights are so clear that the Milky Way can be seen stretching directly above the ocean. Sekumpul waterfall in Indonesia stands over 260 feet tall, where the falling water creates thick mist that covers the entire area. It is a rare natural cluster with many streams flowing side by side from different heights, joining together into a grand water wall. Natural rainbows often appear when sunlight passes through the mist, turning the waterfall into a surreal scene. Local people consider Sekumpul a sacred place connected with many legends and cultural rituals unique to the Bali region. With its height-strong, flows green forest and light effects, Sekumpul is called the Queen of Bali's waterfalls. Horseshoe Bend in the United States is one of the world's most famous river meanders, where the river curves 270 degrees around a massive sandstone formation. Sheer cliffs, more than 1,000 feet high, reveal a panoramic view of deep turquoise water below, producing a breathtaking and majestic scene. Its perfect horseshoe shape, when seen from above, has made it one of the most photographed natural landmarks on Earth. Millions of years of erosion, carved this unique bend into the red sandstone typical of the desert landscape. The central rock rises like a natural skyscraper, with the river flowing around it, like arms embracing a colossal island. Horseshoe Bend is a powerful example of water rock and time combining to form a rare masterpiece of natural sculpture. Lake Bled in Slovenia is one of Europe's most remarkable lakes. Known for its turquoise waters, surrounded by forests and towering mountains. The lake covers about 1.4 square miles, forming a rare, enclosed and unusual landscape in the region. Lake Bled was formed during the Ice Age more than 1,000 years ago, when melting glaciers left a basin filled with clear water. In winter, the lake often freezes solid, once strong enough to host outdoor activities on its icy surface. The lake has long been regarded as a national treasure of Slovenia, valued for both its scenic beauty and cultural history. With its glacial origin, natural beauty, and cultural significance, Lake Bled has become a defining symbol of the country. Seongsan Ilchulbong is a volcanic crater formed about 5,000 years ago through a rare phreatomagmatic eruption where magma exploded upon contact with seawater. The peak rises over 600 feet, with a crater nearly half a mile wide, covered in grass inside and surrounded by steep cliffs. Inside the crater, Lush green vegetation contrasts with the surrounding dark basalt cliffs, creating a powerful visual effect. Around the rim stand 77 sharp vertical rock spires, forming a crown shape that is rare among volcanic landforms. Facing the ocean, the summit receives the first light of day and symbolizes new beginnings in Korean culture. Lauterbrunnen in Switzerland means many fountains, reflecting its unique feature of countless waterfalls flowing from towering cliffs. This valley is one of the deepest and narrowest glacial valleys in the Alps, with a U-shaped terrain carved by melting ice. The waterfalls change with the seasons, with spring snowmelt creating huge flows and winter turning them into giant frozen columns. It is also a favorite destination for base jumpers and wingsuit flyers, thanks to cliffs rising thousands of feet. The Green Valley, combined with massive rock walls, makes it one of the most photographed landscapes in Switzerland. The Maldives is an island nation in the Indian Ocean, stretching more than 500 miles with over 1,100 small islands, but only about 115 square miles of land, famous worldwide for tropical beauty, with clear seas and white sands. The islands were formed from ancient coral reefs, creating hundreds of rare atolls, making it the only true coral nation on Earth. With an average elevation of only about 5 feet above sea level, the Maldives is considered the world's lowest country and very vulnerable to climate change. The waters are so clear that the seabed can be seen at depths of more than 130 feet, with coral ecosystems home to over 1,000 fish species. The Maldives is both a luxurious paradise for visitors and a fragile reminder of the violent and ever-changing power of nature. Iguazu Falls is a massive waterfall system with more than 270 drops stretching nearly 2 miles, forming a rare giant wall of water. Every second, over 6,000 gallons crash down basalt cliffs, rising 260 feet, creating thunderous sounds that shake the valley. Huge mist columns rise hundreds of feet, and sunlight bends through them to form multi-layered rainbows across the entire view. The water shifts with the seasons, glowing turquoise during the dry months and turning brutal red-brown during heavy rains. Around the falls lies a rich ecosystem with more than 2,000 plant species and hundreds of rare birds surviving in the forests. Its overwhelming beauty earned Iguazu Falls recognition as a World Heritage Site and a place among the new 7 natural wonders. Hookah Falls is famous for raw power, as more than 2,000 liters of water per second squeeze through a canyon only 50 feet wide. This massive torrent could fill an Olympic swimming pool in just 11 seconds, showing the brutal scale of flowing energy. The turquoise color comes from glacial rock powder, scattering sunlight, turning the river into a radiant curtain of light. The falls do not drop vertically, but crash in a chain of rapids and ledges, blasting foam and roaring above 100 decibels. Cliffs around the falls are carved into deep cavities over thousands of years, while water spray forms a permanent mist covering the entire scene. Geyser Lake sits in an extinct volcanic zone, formed thousands of years ago, only about 100 feet wide, but surreal in beauty. The surface constantly shows glowing blue whirlpools as CO2 gas and mineral mud rise from the bottom. The circles change shape over time, sometimes perfectly round, sometimes spiral, making the scene never the same. In winter, ice thicker than 10 inches stays clear, exposing the glowing rings beneath like an illusion. The turquoise mixed with white mineral streaks creates the effect of a living map on water. Scientists consider the lake a rare sign of underground geological activity still present in Siberia. Faroe Islands are covered by grasslands over 90% of the land resting on volcanic rock created millions of years ago. The cool climate keeps vegetation green year-round, even during the harsh winters of the North Atlantic. Sea cliffs rise more than 2,000 feet, like natural walls, where waves crash with relentless force. In summer, the islands witness white nights, when the sun barely sets for many continuous hours. Ocean currents and strong winds, reaching over 100 miles per hour, create waves as high as water walls. Layers of volcanic ash mixed with basalt remain visible, recording a geological history stretching back 50 million years. Studlagill Canyon is one of the basalt canyons with the highest density of hexagonal columns on Earth, with heights reaching 100 feet and thousands standing close together. These hexagonal pillars, formed naturally from lava cooling slowly millions of years ago, a clear example of unusual geological processes. For centuries, the canyon was hidden beneath cloudy glacial water, almost absent from maps, until a river shift in 2009 exposed it fully. Each column has a diameter of about 16 to 24 inches, fitting tightly like a massive wall without any human involvement. From the canyon floor, The view feels like being surrounded by giant stone organs, creating a powerful and unusual visual effect. Today, Studligal Canyon stands as living proof of destruction and renewal, where stone and geometry combine into a natural wonder. Whitehaven Beach is considered one of the world's most special beaches, famous for pure white sand stretching nearly 4.3 miles. The sand contains 98% silica, with very fine grains that hardly retain heat, allowing comfortable barefoot walking even on sunny days. Sand ribbons and water patches change shape with the tides, forming natural patterns that shift continuously when viewed from above. This ultra-fine sand was studied by NASA for telescope glass production because of its very high purity. The shoreline is strictly managed with almost no litter, keeping shallow water clear and the beach clean for observation. Thanks to unique sand and unusual scenery, Whitehaven Beach often appears in rankings of the world's most beautiful beaches. The Nagel Sea Cave is a famous sea wonder in Portugal, located right on the Atlantic coast, with a giant natural stone dome ceiling. The cave ceiling has a round hole called a skylight, where sunlight shines through and directly lights up the sand floor during noon. Its sea-facing entrance is over 65 feet wide, allowing waves to enter and create echoes like inside a stone cathedral. The cave's full beauty appears when sunlight hits the sand vertically through the skylight, making the scene glow golden. This structure was formed by millions of years of erosion as ocean waves continuously hit the limestone walls. Because of its rare shape and limited access, it was once named one of the 10 most beautiful sea caves in the world. Bay of Kotor resembles a fjord, but is actually a karst ria formed by limestone collapse and the sea flooding ancient river valleys. Limestone mountains over 4,000 feet encircle the shoreline, making the scene appear like a landlocked lake rather than an open bay. The bay records average rainfall above 180 inches each year, creating rainforest-like downpours along the Adriatic coast. Since Roman times, it served as a natural naval base thanks to depths over 200 feet and wind-sheltered topography hidden from open sea. Major earthquakes, notably a 1979 event of magnitude 7, slightly reshaped the waterline and exposed ancient strata. Today, Bay of Kotor is called a balcony over the Adriatic, uniting geology, nature, and maritime history in one rare panorama. The Azores in Portugal are volcanic islands in the Atlantic Ocean, more than 900 miles from Europe, formed by violent eruptions under the sea. Huge volcanic craters miles wide have turned into turquoise lakes, surrounded by primeval forests and green meadows. The islands are also known for geothermal and wind energy, providing most of their electricity and becoming a model for renewable power. The Azores are one of the few places on Earth where more than 20 species of whales and dolphins can be seen in the wild. The combination of mountain lakes, ancient lava deep ocean, and isolation has made the Azores a unique wonder, showing the raw power of nature. Phang Bay in Thailand is famous for massive limestone cliffs over 1,000 feet tall, shaped by millions of years of erosion, creating a surreal landscape. Some of the rocky formations hide enclosed lagoons and secret lakes that can only be reached through dark tunnels when the tide is low. When the tide rises, many of these passages flood completely, turning the area into a watery maze where visitors can easily lose direction. The mix of limestone towers, emerald water, shifting tides, and mysterious caves has created a setting that feels like another planet. Phang Nga Bay is not only a majestic natural wonder, but also living proof of nature's strange power and endless creativity. Mount Fanjing in China rises over 8,400 feet as the highest peak of the Wuling Range, known for steep terrain and strange rock formations. Over 90% of the mountain is covered by primeval forest, home to rare species like the unique golden monkey. Massive vertical rock pillars, formed more than 1 billion years ago, stand like giant towers against the sky. Ancient temples were built on these dangerous rocks, proving human creativity and enduring faith through centuries. Mount Fanjing is both a natural wonder and a pilgrimage center, representing a rare meeting point of nature and spirit. Bagan stands out with more than 2,200 ancient temples and pagodas still standing, spread across a dry plain, yet remaining majestic. These structures were built from red bricks, some once covered in gold, making the landscape glow brightly under the sunlight. Many murals over 800 years old still remain, depicting Buddhist teachings and daily life from the pagan era. Construction techniques using large bricks and natural mortar helped these monuments survive powerful earthquakes over the centuries. At sunrise or sunset, thousands of ancient towers rise together, forming a surreal forest of spires against the glowing sky. In 2019, Bagan was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site, confirming its global importance in history, religion, and architecture. Matterhorn rises 114,692 feet and is known as the mountain with the most perfect natural pyramid shape in the world. Its four steep faces are made of gneiss rock, originally pushed from the African plate into the European plate. Tectonic uplift, combined with glaciers and brutal winds over millions of years, carved the sharp pyramid form that still stands today. At sunrise and sunset, the peak changes color from orange to deep red, creating a powerful visual effect in the sky. Matterhorn is both a global icon of the Alps and a legend in climbing history, marked by triumphs and tragedies. Despite centuries of fame, its geological structure and full formation process remain a scientific mystery, not yet completely solved. Lake Geneva is the largest freshwater lake in the Alps, covering more than 224 square miles. Formed during the last icy age with depths over 1,000 feet. Its main source is the Rhône River, creating a rare inflow and outflow system that makes the lake act like a trapped river. The water has unusual purity, with sections clear enough to see the bottom, making it an ideal site for climate research. Sudden strong winds often appear, producing waves over 10 feet high, dangerous even for modern boats. In winter, the shores freeze, coating trees and rocks with thick white ice, standing in contrast to the towering Alps. The deep layers of the lake lack oxygen, creating a harsh environment where only a few aquatic species can survive. Kauai is the oldest island of Hawaii, formed over 5 million years ago by volcanic activity and tectonic uplift. Towering basalt walls eroded by wind and rain for millions of years create a brutal and dramatic landscape. Deep valleys carved thousands of feet by rivers and heavy rainfall form a network of dangerous terrain. Waterfalls over 300 feet plunge from rainforest cliffs, showing both majestic beauty and raw, destructive force. The ecosystem holds dozens of endemic plant species found nowhere else, proof of extreme isolation. NASA once used Kauai to test space equipment, as its harsh climate and terrain mirror conditions beyond Earth. Masai Mara stands out for having the highest lion density in the world, turning the savanna into a brutal hunting arena ruled by survival. Elephant herds march in long lines, leaving giant footprints in the soft soil, forming natural signatures that last for centuries. Every year, millions of zebras and wildebeest cross a journey of more than 300 miles, creating a moving river across the grasslands. In the sky, hundreds of bird species migrate from Europe and Asia, making the area a meeting point of continents. When sudden storms arrive, thunder and lightning illuminate the plains, creating scenes both majestic and terrifying. For the Maasai, this is sacred land where warriors and nature coexist under ancient rules. Petrified Forest National Park holds one of the largest fossilized forests on Earth, with thousands of ancient trees turned into colorful quartz. These logs are over 200 million years old, preserved when volcanic ash and minerals slowly replaced every cell. Some fossilized trunks stretch more than 180 feet, weighing many tons, yet still showing each growth ring clearly. The vivid colors come from minerals: red from iron, green from copper, yellow from sulfur, purple from manganese. This site stands as both a colossal fossil museum and a natural geological laboratory under the open desert sky. At over 12,000 feet, Kwilatoa Loop reveals a surreal landscape where humans confront the raw brutality of high-altitude nature. The volcanic crater lake depends only on rainfall, with no outlet streams, forming a completely closed hydrological system. Gas bubbles have been recorded rising from the depths, proof that underground volcanic activity still lingers beneath the surface. Sheer cliffs rise thousands of feet, encircling the crater like the walls of a colossal stone fortress. The 20-mile journey carries travelers through fierce winds, volcanic ash, and shifting light across the Andes. Crater Lake formed about 7,700 years ago after the collapse of a supervolcano, with power 40 times greater than the 1980 St. Helens eruption. It is the deepest lake in the United States at nearly 1949 feet, lying entirely within a massive volcanic caldera. The lake has no rivers, entering or leaving, fed only by snow and rain, giving rare purity and water clarity beyond 100 feet. Seismic surveys discovered a young volcanic cone on the floor with no eruptions, raising concern for possible future activity. The water shifts from sapphire blue to violet, depending on time and angle, creating an unusual visual effect. Crater Lake shows volcanic destruction and renewal together, a closed system with remarkable stability and beauty. Maria in French Polynesia was formed by volcanic activity about 2 million years ago, leaving steep cliffs rising more than 3,900 feet around the island. The entire island has a heart-shaped outline, visible from satellites, making it a rare natural geographic symbol. Surrounding Maria is a huge coral reef that creates a turquoise lagoon with visibility over 100 feet, where marine life flourishes. The clear water reflects bright blue against the dark volcanic basalt, producing a striking visual contrast. The old volcanic shape divides the island into jagged peaks, reaching into the sea, forming a rugged, unusual landscape. With its volcanic cliffs, coral reef ring, and rare heart shape, Moorea is known as one of the most unique tropical islands on Earth. Nusa Penida is a large limestone island in Indonesia with an area of about 80 square miles, featuring cliffs over 650 feet high, dropping straight into the deep sea. The terrain was shaped by wind and waves for millions of years, creating bizarre coastal forms and extremely dramatic scenery. Waters around the island are clear beyond 100 feet, one of the few places on Earth to dive with manta rays up to 18 feet long. At sunset, the limestone cliffs turn bright red, reflecting light as if glowing above the ocean. The island has no major rivers or natural lakes, and fresh water comes mainly from stone wells or underground springs. With exposed geology, rare wildlife, and ancient spiritual traditions, Nusa Penida stands as an unusual and irreplaceable island in Southeast Asia. Kelingking Beach is world famous for its massive limestone cliff shaped like a dinosaur spine when seen from above. The cliff rises over 650 feet straight down into the blue sea, creating a dramatic height difference with the sandy beach below. The only path down is a narrow wooden trail along the steep slope, with parts only a few dozen inches wide, making it very challenging. The entire area is made of marine limestone, eroded by waves and wind over millions of years, leaving sharp and uneven formations. This beach has been ranked among the world's most impressive and unique beaches by many international magazines. Kelingking Beach has become a landmark symbol, holding geological value while attracting visitors from across the globe. Torres del Paine in Patagonia is famous for massive granite towers rising more than 9,500 feet above the icy landscape. Glaciers cover large parts of the park, with many flowing into turquoise lakes, creating dramatic and spectacular scenery. Many lakes appear turquoise or deep blue due to minerals and glacial silt reflecting light, giving the landscape a rare appearance. Wide U-shaped valleys here preserve the traces of retreating glaciers, clear evidence of long geological history. The area often faces winds over 70 miles per hour, shaping the wild and harsh environment. Torres del Paine is seen as the symbol of Patagonia, uniting rock ice water and grasslands in one majestic setting. Preikestolen rises about 1980 feet above sea level, standing as a massive vertical cliff that forms one of the most unique natural landmarks in northern Europe. The flat summit measures around 80 feet on each side, making the entire block look like a giant pulpit in the sky. The name Pulpit Rock comes from this shape, which resembles the platform of a great natural cathedral. With no safety railing standing near the edge feels both daring and unusual, highlighting the raw character of the landscape. From the top, the view reveals a wide glacial valley with steep granite mountains and deep waters below. Today, Preikestolen is seen as a world-famous natural balcony representing the ancient power of glaciers and the wild beauty of Norway. Kvaundus Konchos is not a natural wonder, but an artificial structure built in 1955 to redirect water for hydroelectric power. Its giant circular opening in the middle of the lake creates the illusion of a black hole swallowing the surface. It is often called names like the Gate of Heaven or the Portuguese Black Hole because of its mysterious appearance. The water tunnel is about 1,500 feet long, carved through granite mountains to connect two lakes for effective water management. This design shows the advanced hydraulic engineering of the 20th century while blending perfectly with the surrounding natural scenery. Today, Kvaundus Konchos is a world-famous site where human design and natural landscape combine into a surreal wonder. Bryce Canyon is not a true canyon, but a series of collapsed cliffs on the Colorado Plateau containing more than 1,000 hoodoo spires. These stone pillars were shaped over millions of years by cycles of freezing and thawing, with some rising above 200 feet. At an average elevation above 8,000 feet, the area has colder conditions than nearby deserts, with snow and ice often covering the formations in winter. Daily temperature swings of up to 50 degrees Fahrenheit continue to fracture the rock and create new unusual shapes. Sediment layers with oxidized minerals give the rocks their orange, red, pink, and white colors, shifting with the light of day. For this reason, Bryce Canyon is described as a natural geological gallery where nature reveals the powerful forces of creation in North America. Tumpak Sewu in Indonesia is one of the most spectacular waterfalls in Southeast Asia, standing about 390 feet tall with hundreds of parallel streams pouring down. The name Thousand Streams perfectly describes the rare scene where hundreds of thin flows create a giant white semicircular curtain. Its formation is linked to ancient volcanic activity, where lava and shifting geology built the majestic, steep, vertical cliffs. At the base of the falls, powerful whirlpools form, making swimming extremely dangerous for anyone who dares to try. Tumpak Sewu is both a hidden, natural wonder of Indonesia and strong evidence of the harsh and mysterious power of water and mountains. The wildebeest migration in East Africa is considered the greatest migration on Earth, with more than 1.5 million wildebeest taking part. The herds travel more than 1,000 miles each year, crossing grasslands, rivers, and harsh lands to find water and fresh grass. During this journey, hundreds of thousands die every year from predators trampling or drowning while crossing dangerous rivers. The migration brings renewal, as more than 5,000 calves are born at the beginning of each year within just a few weeks. This massive movement also changes the landscape, with grasslands stripped bare, then quickly green again, thanks to rain and natural fertilizer. The wildebeest migration is both proof of strong survival and a symbol of the life and death cycle in African wilderness. Coron in the Philippines is world famous for towering limestone karst cliffs combined with rare emerald lakes formed over millions of years. Salt and freshwater lakes hidden among limestone mountains create a strange geological phenomenon rarely found in many other places. Coron's seas preserve more than 10 Japanese warship wrecks from World War II, now among the most attractive diving sites in Southeast Asia. These wrecks turned into artificial reefs, attracting thousands of fish species and creating an exceptionally rich marine ecosystem. Coron's waters are extremely clear, with visibility reaching dozens of feet, making it perfect for deep diving and underwater exploration. Some saltwater lakes are secretly connected to the sea through limestone caves, forming a hidden water system still not fully explored. Heavenly Lake in China was formed inside an extinct volcano crater about 2,000 years ago, lying at an elevation of more than 6,200 feet above sea level. The lake covers about 4.9 square miles with a depth of more than 1,200 feet, fed by melting snow and rainfall. During winter, the lake usually freezes completely, creating a wide sheet of ice among the snow-covered mountain peaks. Its blue water reflects clouds and sky year-round, giving the place the name Tianqi, or Heavenly Lake. This unusual scenery is linked with ancient legends telling of dragons and immortals once dwelling on the lake. Many basalt caves around the lake remain unexplored, holding geological mysteries that scientists are still studying. The Himalayas are the tallest mountain range on Earth, stretching about 1,500 miles across several countries, with peaks rising above 29,000 feet. The range was formed by the collision of the Indian and Eurasian plates more than 50 million years ago. Deep valleys with extreme elevation differences create some of the most dramatic gorges on the planet. Ecosystems shift with altitude from subtropical forests to permanent ice, offering rare biodiversity. The region also experiences intense seismic activity as tectonic pressure continues to build. Tectonic movement still lifts the Himalayas higher every year, proving the Earth's powerful and ongoing forces. Ladakh in India sits at an average height of more than 9,800 feet, known for its cold, dry climate and rugged mountain terrain. The region is surrounded by the mighty Himalayas and Karakoram ranges, creating deep valleys and massive glaciers. It is one of the world's largest cold deserts, receiving very little rainfall, yet holding striking blue lakes. The valleys of Ladakh stretch between towering cliffs, forming dry landscapes with strong geological appeal. Its isolation keeps the land largely untouched by modernization, preserving rare wilderness. Today, Ladakh has become a leading destination for expeditions and geographic research in the harsh Himalayan region. The Great Barrier Reef in Australia is the largest coral reef in the world, stretching about 1,400 miles and even visible from outer space. This massive structure was created by billions of tiny coral polyps growing continuously over millions of years, forming a unique living system. Its ecosystem is highly diverse, with more than 1,500 fish species, 400 coral species, along with many sea turtles, whales, and dolphins. Some sections of the reef are more than 500 years old, showing the extraordinary strength and resilience of nature. The underwater scenery becomes vibrant as corals shine in multiple colors under sunlight, creating a vivid and rare world. The Great Barrier Reef is recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site and one of the 7 natural wonders of the globe. Mount Rinjani in Indonesia rises more than 12,400 feet, making it the country's second tallest volcano, famous for its enormous crater. The crater spans over 3.7 miles, containing a blue lake formed by a massive eruption hundreds of years ago. This volcano remains active, with many eruptions in the 20th and 21st centuries, creating lava flows stretching for miles. Its landscape mixes tropical forests, alpine vegetation, and lava valleys, forming a diverse and dramatic environment. Temperatures shift sharply with elevation, from warm tropical air at the base to freezing cold conditions near the summit. Mount Rinjani holds outstanding geological value and is one of the most remarkable natural landmarks in Asia. Antarctica is the coldest and highest continent on Earth, covering more than 5.4 million square miles, almost completely covered in ice. Its ice sheet averages about 1 mile thick, reaching more than 3 miles in some areas, storing around 70% of Earth's fresh water. The continent has no permanent residents, only scientists who live temporarily to study climate geology and biology. Its landscape includes vast ice plateaus, massive glaciers, snow-covered mountains, and icebergs larger than cities. The record low temperature in Antarctica was 128 degrees Fahrenheit, making it the harshest environment on the planet. The continent is protected by the Antarctic Treaty, banning commercial exploitation and preserving its untouched frozen wilderness. Hacha Pass in Alaska rises above 3,500 feet, known for its rugged mountains and extreme natural environment. Winters last long, with heavy snow covering the land in white and providing excellent conditions for skiing and trekking. Deep valleys combined with glaciers and steep rocky slopes create one of Alaska's most striking and rare landscapes. Summers bring alpine meadows, turning green with blooming wildflowers, contrasting sharply with the frozen winter scenery. Weather here changes quickly, demonstrating the unpredictable and harsh conditions typical of high Alaskan mountains. The unique combination of dramatic terrain, climate extremes, and seasonal beauty makes Hatcher Pass a truly remarkable American mountain pass. Tombstone Territorial Park in Yukon, Canada, is famous for ancient granite peaks shaped like massive stone towers. Seasonal changes create sharp contrasts between frozen winter landscapes and colorful autumn valleys. The terrain was sculpted by glaciers and tectonic forces over millions of years, leaving deep valleys and natural glacial lakes. The climate is severe, with heavy snow in winter, and autumn turning into a vivid scene of red, yellow, and orange. The land shows almost no signs of modernization, preserving wilderness in every valley and mountain. Tombstone Territorial Park is considered a geological jewel, showing both the harshness and grandeur of the subarctic. Khao Sok National Park in Thailand is one of the oldest rainforests on Earth, with an estimated age of about 160 million years. The park spans more than 280 square miles, covered by dense, untouched jungle with extremely rich biodiversity. It is home to endangered animals such as Asian elephants, tigers, and the giant rafflesia flower, reaching over 3 feet across. A complex system of valleys, caves, and rivers reveals the long geological processes that shaped this karst region. Towering limestone cliffs, rising thousands of feet, create a dramatic and unique scenery rarely found in other parts of the planet. The rainforest's humid climate keeps vegetation lush throughout the year, supporting sustainable biodiversity across the entire ecosystem. Bigar waterfall in Romania stands about 26 feet tall, gaining global fame for its unusual shape, called the world's strangest waterfall. Instead of flowing in one stream, water spreads evenly over a moss-covered limestone cone, creating a rare circular curtain. Hundreds of tiny trickles run from the moss, producing a visual effect resembling a delicate water veil. This unusual sight earned the waterfall the title of the world's strangest waterfall, making it a major attraction for travelers and photographers worldwide. In winter, the entire waterfall freezes into a massive block of ice, forming spectacular shapes rarely seen elsewhere. The limestone surface remains constantly covered in moist moss, keeping a vibrant green color throughout the year. Salinas Grandes in Argentina is one of the largest salt flats in South America, stretching more than 230 square miles of brilliant white surface. It lies at an altitude of about 1,500 feet above sea level, creating an unusual, surreal environment. The salt layer is several feet thick, extending endlessly and giving visitors the impression of walking through a frozen desert. During the rainy season, a thin layer of water transforms the salt flat into a giant mirror reflecting the sky. Sunlight reflecting on the white salt surface produces a dazzling glare, often making the landscape look like a frozen sea. Salinas Grandes was formed by the evaporation of an ancient lake thousands of years ago, leaving one of Argentina's strangest landscapes. Sequoia National Park in California was established in 1890 and is famous worldwide for giant sequoia trees thousands of years old. Some trees rise more than 250 feet with base diameters over 30 feet, making humans feel tiny beside them. Many trees are more than 3,000 years old, serving as living witnesses to Earth's long natural history. The park ranges from 5,000 to over 12,000 feet in elevation, featuring giant forests, granite mountains, and deep valleys. Sequoia trees can only regenerate after natural forest fires, showing a unique link between destruction and survival. In winter, heavy snow covers the land, while green trees remain year-round, creating powerful seasonal contrasts. Great Ocean Road in Victoria, Australia, stretches more than 150 miles along the coast, known as one of the world's most scenic drives. The road was built after World War I by veterans, becoming the largest war memorial on the planet. Its scenery is stunning, with towering cliffs, long sandy beaches, and a vast ocean stretching to the horizon. Waves and winds over millions of years eroded the cliffs, creating rock formations with strange and dramatic shapes. Changing light throughout the day makes the combination of sea and stone glow with shifting colors. Many sections run right beside the ocean, curving around steep cliffs, offering a thrilling and spectacular driving experience.